Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McCrae here. I'm in West Hollywood, California, and behind me, you may or may not recognize that house. It is one of the most iconic houses in horror, kind of in its own right, I guess. But I'll give you a moment. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it's from? Do you know who used to live in that house? I'll give you a clue. Blood spraying up from the bed onto the ceiling. That's right. It's Glenn's house from A Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp. This was the home where his iconic death, not only one of the most iconic deaths in that movie, but one of the most iconic deaths in horror, no doubt. I mean, everybody remembers that moment when Glenn was sucked into the bed by Freddy Krueger and the fountain of blood, the volcano of blood just poured and streamed onto the ceiling. Well, that's his house. Now, what's really kind of interesting is that in the actual movie, Glenn and Nancy are across the street from each other, but sort of on an angle. Well, in real life, that is where those two homes are situated. The Nightmare on Elm Street home, the home that all you guys know and love, is literally just right over there, and we're going to go over there and have a look at it. It's like, honest to goodness, 10-second walk. So yeah, we're going to check it out. Now, to give you guys an idea of actually how close these two homes are, let's walk over there, shall we? And there you have it. Literally in the exact same locations as they were in the movie, which is pretty cool. Now, obviously, both interiors of both of these homes were shot on sound stages, but nonetheless, kind of cool. This is one of the most iconic homes in the history of horror, ladies and gentlemen. And what's even more cooler is that it's literally just down the street, maybe a 2-minute walk at most, from the Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace homes. They're just on the other side of Sunset Boulevard. So that's pretty darn cool, and not a lot of people know about that. I mean, those of you who have been here, of course, know that, because once you realize that they're down the street from each other, you think to yourselves, holy snap and crap, that's unbelievable. So Haddonfield and Springwood are essentially just across the street from each other. Kind of cool. Kind of cool, folks. That's right. And there's the Depp house over there. And that is exactly where they were in the movie. Pretty cool. Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McCrae here. Well, now I'm standing in front of one of the most famous homes in the history of horror, which of course needs no introduction. This is the Elm Street house, ladies and gentlemen. And just a few moments ago, before I turned this camera on, there was a lady that walked up the street. Young woman who walked up to the door and walked into the house. I'm not kidding you. I just heard a bunch of dogs barking in there. It might have been Nancy. Nancy was coming home from school. She was carrying some books. I'm not kidding. This actually happened. Didn't look anything like Nancy, but it was kind of funny to see this young woman walk in there as I'm getting this all prepared, and she goes into the house and dogs are barking, and in my mind I'm thinking, Nancy? I wonder if anybody has ever stood here and done the Freddy Krueger laugh. I wonder if anybody has ever stood here and done the Freddy Krueger laugh. There you go. This might be a world first, other than Robert Englund, of course. I encourage anybody to come down here, stand in front of the home, get yourself on video, and do the Freddy Krueger laugh. Maybe this will start a trend. Anyways, pretty cool, awesome stuff. This is literally just across the street from Johnny Depp's house, Glenn, where he was murdered. And Sunset Boulevard is, honest to goodness, about 30 seconds up there, and across Sunset over there, just like 2 minutes, is where the Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace house is. So Haddonfield and Springwood are very close together. Kind of crazy stuff. They're literally just across the street from each other. Kind of cool. Yeah. I love this place. It's great. But anyway, yeah, so comment below and let me know your thoughts. Have you guys ever been here? Have you guys ever been to West Hollywood, California and seen the Elm Street house? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. And if you haven't, maybe you should come down here and do the Freddy Krueger laugh in front of the house. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon with some more videos.